Hey YouTube family, it's your girl SHOtheOT, your fave occupational therapy student here to help you and others live their best lives. Let's get started. Okay y'all, so as you've heard by that title, today's video is going to be all about whether you should or shouldn't take a gap year. I know it's a scary topic, but I'm here as someone who has taken a gap year to let you know what I think about it. To start the video off, we're just gonna say gap year, yay or nay. For me, it's a yay, okay? I felt like I got a lot of things accomplished. I feel like it definitely bettered myself. And I'm just gonna give you a couple of reasons. I think I have five reasons why I think a gap year is a good thing. I know it's scary, but I think it's a good thing. Granted, my gap year was not optional. I was forced to take a gap year. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out, okay? But yes, I was forced to take a gap year, but now that I'm past the gap year, I do think it was beneficial and very much needed for me. All right, so let's get into these 5 reasons why I think a gap year is good for you, all right? Number 1, grad school is expensive. Not only grad school is expensive, applying to grad school is expensive. Taking a gap year gives you time to stack your coins, okay? It gives you time to save up the money needed to survive grad school, okay? Because grad school, you're gonna be busy. So you don't have all the time in the world to work while you're in grad school. So you're not gonna be getting as many hours as you usually would, right? So during a gap year, you have all the time in the world to work, and stack those coins so that you can afford to go to grad school, okay? Number 1, honestly, I think that is probably the most important reason, okay? If you don't have the money to go to grad school, you don't need to go to grad school because you're gonna be struggling. And I tell you that because I took a gap year. I did stack my coins and I'm still struggling, okay? So if you don't have the money at all and you just jump into grad school, baby, I'm gonna pray for you, okay? Because that's hard, that's a lot, okay? Next reason why a gap year isn't that bad. I know it's scary. I know taking a gap year sounds like the scariest thing, but it's not that bad. I promise you, it's really not. It's really beneficial. All right, next reason why taking a gap year is a good thing, all right? It gives you time to figure out if the grad program that you're interested in is actually what you want to do. Because a lot of people have this one-track mind and they're like, this is what I want to do. They've said that their whole lives and they've never actually sat and analyzed and think like, is this really what I want to do? You know? But that gap year gives you time to look into that program, look into that career field, and figure out if this is actually the place for you. For me, my gap year solidified the fact that I wanted to be an occupational therapist because I did have that one-track mind. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be an OT. OT all day, okay? When I got rejected, okay, it forced me to take a gap year, which forced me to look more into occupational therapy, the field, and figure out if that's actually what I wanted to do, because that means I was applying for a second time, okay? I had to apply 2 times, so that means I was spending more money. So I really had to sit down and be like, okay, Sho, do you really want to be an OT? You gonna spend this money a second time? Do you really want to do this? And the answer was yes. So I did spend the money a second time and put the effort in a second time so that I was able to get where I am today, okay? So like I said, gap year, good thing. It's not a bad thing. Don't think it's a bad thing, okay? The next reason why taking a gap year isn't so bad is because you get more time to get your application together, okay? If you are just jumping straight from your senior year of your undergrad and going straight into a graduate program, you have to manage your time and get that stuff in there, okay? So basically, you in classes, you probably working, you have a whole life basically, and you also have to figure out, sorry, that was my dryer. If you heard that, I don't know if you heard that. Okay, anyways, you have to figure out if you have time to, apply. Like, applying isn't just like submit my application, cool. Applying takes a whole process, okay? You really have to take time to apply to graduate programs. So during a gap year, you aren't in school, so you have the time to get your stuff together. When you're a senior in undergrad, you got graduation coming up, you got finals coming up, you got a lot of stuff going on. And then to add applying to a graduate program on top of that, that is a lot. So gap year doesn't sound that bad, does it? All right, next. All right, another reason why taking a gap year is a good thing. You have more time to do things to make your application stand out. Oh my God. I hope y'all can't hear that. That's my dryer. Again, never gonna record a video while I have the dryer going ever again. All right, you have more time to do the things that you need to do to make your application stand out, right? So you can retake classes if you need to. You can retake the GRE if your program requires that. You can volunteer. You can do so much in that gap year that can make your application just be like bomb.com, okay? So do those things. Do them. They're really good. They help you stay, because applying to grad school is competitive, especially OT school. I know that personally. So I don't know about all the programs out there in the world, but OT school is competitive. So if you spend your gap year doing something that's going to help you stand out, like I was an instructional aide working with the population that I hope to work with one day, that made me stand out, okay? So do something that's gonna make you stand out and talk about it in your essay or personal statement or whatever, okay? I'm telling you, gap year is not that bad. Lastly, this last reason why gap year is beneficial is not a reason why it benefits you going to grad school. This is just a reason that it's good just for you, for your mental state. So lastly, a gap year is a good thing because it allows you to experience life without the demands of school. School is hard. It's not an easy thing. And so if you're just always in school, you never ever get to experience life without the demands of school until like your very last like day of school, and then you're thrown into work life basically. So a gap year is really good for that. Like, yes, I did spend my gap year working full time, but it was a totally different experience. Like when you're working, you are working. Like you go to work and that is that. Like you go to work and you come home. School is not like that. You go to class and then you come home and you do homework. So it was just really nice to experience life without the demands of school. It really just helped me relax. It helped me focus. And it just helped me realize, like, I do want to be an OT. So let me get my stuff together so that that can happen. And I wouldn't have had that time to do that if I hadn't taken a gap year. Okay? So all of this to say, if you did go to undergrad and then go straight into grad school, I'm not saying you did something wrong. No, you did what everybody does, basically, what everybody hopes to do, basically. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to take a gap year. I'm saying for those who are considering a gap year, for those who were forced into a gap year like I was, a gap year has good things. There are good things that come out of taking a gap year. So don't feel discouraged. Don't feel inferior. Don't feel less than if you have to or just want to take a gap year. It is not a bad thing. And I feel like a lot of people put a negative connotation on gap years when I don't think there should be one. A lot of good things come out of gap years. Now, I can't give you a whole video about all the good things and then just not like say what bad things could come of a gap year. I'm gonna say one bad thing that could come of a gap year because that's the only one I can think of right now. And that is if your gap year becomes gap years with an S, okay? So if you know your end goal is to get another degree, whether that be master's, PhD, whatever, okay, it needs to be a year. Because if you go past a year and it goes into 2 years and 3 years and 4 years, I can only imagine that it gets really hard to go back to school, okay? So I suggest that your year remains a year and that you don't let your year turn into multiple years, because one, you forget how to be a student, and being a student is a mentality. Like, you have to have a student mentality to survive college in general, okay? So if you take too long, you might forget how to be a student, and it will be really hard for you to transition back into that role, all right? So I'm all for gap years, okay? Yay, all right? But like I said, it just has to be a year, not multiple years. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I need you guys to follow my Instagram because I put stuff up on Instagram, all right? And I'll be asking y'all questions, all right? I'll be asking y'all to ask me questions, all right? And y'all don't be responding to me, and I'm starting to feel some type of way, all right? So when I put stuff up, I expect y'all to respond to me so that we can interact, okay? Because in my head, we family, all right? And if family just gonna ignore me like that, I'm gonna feel some type of way. So don't do that, okay? And now that I'm done fussing at y'all, I wanna say thank you guys because we reached 400 subscribers. I am literally over the moon. Like, I just scrolled back through all my videos, and I think I started this channel 4 months ago. And so to think that I'm already at 400 subscribers, that is insane to me. You guys are literally amazing. Like, I can't even express how appreciative I am that you guys really enjoy watching my stuff. Like, that's like insane to me. Like, I can't believe people actually enjoy sitting here and listening to me talk to them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the support. We're at 400. I've been brainstorming and thinking I want to do something special for you guys at 500. So share all of these videos so that we can get to 500. And then I might have something special for y'all, okay? When we hit that 500 mark, I might have something special for y'all, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.